Fight on!
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and you're back with me in the apartment. So again, we're in the spare bedroom where I house the arcades. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Mortal Kombat the Arcade Part 3, which is the game review itself. So I know a lot of you guys know about Mortal Kombat, the history, what impact it had on the arcade and fighting games in general. I want to just give you a quick history, some points you may or may not know of. Maybe things that I've missed that you'd want to comment, please do in the comments below. And also overall just to look at the game and again how it impacted the world of arcade. So I'm going to be picking you up, I'm going to do a quick review, and we'll take it from there. Now again, I do have my kind of little cheat sheet with me. I want to make sure that I do cover everything. So I mean, getting to it. Oh, before I get to it, Mike from your MK Arcade source, thanks again, Mike. He actually corrected me on this. On the last video, in my cabinet video, I was explaining how this was the second official overlay of the arcade overlay, the CPO, control panel overlay. Yeah, so Mike corrected me saying that this actually wasn't technically the second official. It was the European version of the CPO, which now makes total sense, because if you think about it, if you don't speak English, or English isn't your second language, you don't know that's his, high punch, low punch block and whatnot. So it actually shows a silhouette of a little stick man actually doing it, which makes total sense, because again, Mortal Kombat was an American-made a game made in Chicago in '92, which is a good segue. So thanks, Mike, for that. Thanks for the correction. If you guys want to see that, it's in the comments of my cabinet video. But yeah, getting to it. So in '92, what can I say? Street Fighter was out. That was doing so well. Ed Boon, John Tobias, the two main, I guess, creators of the game, and a few others, they pretty much came up with an idea where they were going to, working for Midway, they were going to come out with kind of their own version. But at first, Mortal Kombat wasn't an actual real fighting game. It was a game going to be based on Jean-Claude Van Damme in a game made from him. And I guess Van Damme was, busy at the time. He was doing very well. I mean, Bloodsport, one of my favorite, my favorite Van Damme movie, Double Impact, whatever. He was doing all those type of movies, and he was just too busy to, I guess, start in the game. They're going to do, they were going to scan his face and do all of his movements. So when he wasn't available, I guess they started on a fighting game. And you know what? Again, in '92, when the peak of Street Fighter came out, they did it themselves, again, out of Chicago. So what can I tell you more about it? I mean, it was a huge hit. It was different because it was actual, not cartoon, kind of cartoon pictures or cartoon sprites. It was more live, like real human sprites. So that was a huge difference. A lot of people liked it better because it was more realistic. And, and it really just changed, a lot of gameplay, because gameplay-wise, it wasn't necessarily half-quarter circle back or forward to do the moves. It was actually forward, down, and things like that. So combinations were a little, you could say, easier. I mean, that really depends on the player, but it's more of a forward, like directional type of controls, as opposed to like making circles or motions of it. And again, it had 5 buttons, and this was a big one. I remember, because you already know we're huge. We grew up Street Fighter Blood. But it had this Mortal Kombat had a block button, and a lot of Street Fighter fans or fighting fans were like, "What the hell is this about? You have to, instead of pressing back in Street Fighter, in a lot of games you press back. This you just held block." So that was a big variation. That was a big difference. Changed up the gameplay enough that you knew Mortal Kombat was different, and of course, the biggest thing ever was the fatalities. Now, fatality-wise. And the blood and fatality overall was huge. I mean, that's why we looked at it. And mind you, there is ways in the dip switch of the machine to turn the violence, the blood and the the gore off. But I mean, really, if you're playing Mortal Kombat, it's like censoring art or music. It's just not the same. And, you know, and it just made it so different. It was so violent. We couldn't believe what the hell we were seeing. And I'll get into the memories video about, you know, what happened on that, the next one, which is going to be very fun, by the way. But yeah, I guess a lot of people were freaked out. Parents would lose their shit. And a lot of it was just based on, again, the blood and gore. And it's funny that Sub-Zero's right there. It was Sub-Zero's spine rip. Actually, let me show you guys really quick. I mean, I know you've seen the fatality 100 times over. Let me quickly show you guys the fatality that pretty much caused the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Rating Board, because parents were going crazy when they saw all these fatalities. They couldn't take it, man, and all the blood. So this game actually is so influential because this is infamy. This started the actual ratings on games, whether, you know, children under a certain age could buy, or what was the rating on it for parents, because it was just so crazy. Now, so here's this. So it's this fatality itself. I mean, the spine rip, it looks brutal. That's what caused the board to, you know, put it in place. So that was just a quick gameplay on that. Other things I wanted to show you guys, some things about the game that you may or may not have seen. Again, I'm just going to be quickly playing to see a few things here. Oh, great! We're at the courtyard. So, if you guys notice, a little kind of Easter egg. That obviously this was made by Midway. You guys can see me? Yeah. This was made by Midway. So if you look close, let me pick you up. If you see there, it's actually Pac-Man. So there's the power pellet thing, there's Pac-Man, there's the ghost, and everything else. So actually that little Easter egg, that Pac-Man's actually in Mortal Kombat 1. It shows a little reference there. So that's one thing. What else? So there's obviously, so the Sub-Zero caused that. I just showed you that. Oh, in this game, this was actually really neat. This was one of the first games that had a hidden fighter, a hidden character, and it was Reptile. Now Reptile, as you all pretty much you should know, is the Green Ninja. So Reptile was rumored he was the Green Ninja. He didn't start to show up in the PCB version 3.0. Oh, what happened? What happened to the screen? No. See, remember I told you guys that. Shit. Remember I told you guys that sometimes there's a loose wire? Yeah, it's definitely loose. Damn it. What was I saying? Anyways, actually, you know what? While this is open, I was going to open it anyways, so maybe a weird little segue here. Yeah, you see? If there's a little one of these are loose or not connected properly. And it resets the PCB, or it doesn't work right. But anyways, once I figure out this is stupid, which one it is. Anyways, so this is version 3, PCB version 3.0, where you had the ability and the clues for Reptile, and how to get to him. So let me quickly. There it is. Yeah. See, like I kind of reset it like that. And then it goes back to the screen. It's annoying. I mean, I'm going to fix it one of these days, but let me just hold. So yeah, so there was, you saw 3.0. So this is the revision 3.0, and then again, this has Reptile. And let me actually put it on service mode, or test mode, I should say. And then, so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you go to, it's game audits. Yeah, there it is. So obviously when people started looking at this, they said, let me try to get that glare out of the way. Yeah, it says their Reptile appearance is 0. And a lot of times it's because, I guess I have had the time to play, but I'm a little lazy to get it. But the honest truth is, I will maybe do a gameplay video once that I try to get Reptile. The search for Reptile or whatever else. But yeah, so there's where it is, Reptile appearances, Reptile battles. and that was definitely the kind of the big intrigue. You're like, oh my God, how do I get him? And oh my God, how does that work? Which maybe the rumors from Street Fighter 2, the whole Shang Lung thing, this was like, no, but Reptile's real because it says battles. So that was a big thing there. And again, now how to get Reptile. So in the PCB versions 3.0 and 3.1, what happens is the way you get him is you have to get to the pit, so the pit stage, and you have to actually play. So you have to get to the pit and play like 7 or 6 times over. So every 6th pit, when you're playing, you'll start to see little shadows across the moon. There's Peter Pan, there's a spaceship, there's a rocket, and things like that. And once you see that, you know that you have the opportunity to get Reptile. And with that, all you'd have to do is, once you see that, you have to beat your opponent, and this the computer, not like just a normal person. You have to beat the computer, double flawless, with ending him with a fatality, and not pressing the block button. So don't press block. Don't press block. Double flawless and fatality. Yeah, and you'll get Reptile. So you'll fight him at the bottom of the pit. And the bottom of the pit, you'll fight him. So he's obviously a green ninja. And you can look at it online if you want to check. But he has the name Scorpion, but he uses Scorpion and Sub-Zero's moves. So he has the spear and the frozen ice ball projectile. And he's super fast. You can't fatality. Oh, no, yes, you can. You can fatality him. But yeah, and you get like, I think 10 million points. But he apparently is super hard to beat. Again, I'll try to get to him one of these days and see if I can do a run where I see him. But yeah, so Reptile, that was a big thing. Reptile was the hidden character. And also, it would give you clues during the game. Like, he'll actually show up right before you fight. And he would say, like, look at la lune, which in French means look at the moon. Or he would say, perfect is the way to get me, or something like that, to give you hints. And also, one of the death screens, and like, I'll explain what I mean. Oh, shit. And I'll explain. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm a little rambled. So yeah, so at the death, when you die, it's going to say game over and you're out Goro's lair. Sorry, let me not get ahead of myself. And when you do that, one of the special kind of game over sequences, you'll see the pit, and it'll actually start to lower, and it shows at the bottom of the pit. And that was another kind of secret about Reptile, that you're going to fight him at the bottom of the pit. And, so that's a special game over screen that you see here and there. Again, I'm sorry that I had to go back and forth, but I almost forgot. Here's another kind of, here's something that spawned, again, more rumors. So rumors were Ermac was another playable character, which now we know is the red ninja. Everybody was saying that, Ermac, like, that's another hidden character and he's red or whatever. So, and the crazy thing, Ermac is apparently something to do with the actual burn-in. So there's something with programming that if it ever screwed up, it would count on Ermac. And this was just total, gameplay. It was nonsense. But again, going back to the actual, our imaginations when we were younger. Everybody thought that was something extra. I would. I'm like, Ermac, who's that or what are they? Because it's plural. I'm like, what's an Ermac? And everybody kind of made their own thing up. And again, really, really cool thing that Ermac now is a very popular and big character. And that's how that came to be. So definitely, Ermac was not in this game, but he was meant to believe that he was. And again, people pumped in quarters. I did. Oh my God, let's find him. Oh my God, how much allowance and how much of my parents' money, man, just on this. But so yeah, definitely Reptile's in the game, but Ermac wasn't. But again, it's now he is, just because of that popularity. So let me turn it back to the actual game. What else am I going to show you? I'm going to wait for the credits. And I kind of want to show you something really quick. Oh, they're there. Now, obviously, that's my number one. I shouldn't have written that, but oh well. And you can see they kind of teased it. Like Ryu, you know, there he was there. I don't know, you know, I think maybe they just teased it. I don't know what the first one was because I obviously have my score up there. But, so yeah, there was that, maybe a little, you know, a little poke fun at Street Fighter. They're in the credits. And I actually think in Street Fighter 2, and I'll review that when I get to it, I think it says SF2, and I think it says Ken and Ryu or something like that. And I, you know, again, another poke fun. But, so again, did I miss anything? Reptile, Secret Pit 3. Oh, another thing, this game got a little flack as well because there was no low punch. Now, obviously, there's a low punch button, but there was no low punch in the game because when you press down or, you know, down and punch, there wasn't like a jab, like a punch. In Mortal Kombat 2, they fixed it. It was both uppercuts. So whether you press down and uppercut, it would actually, it would both uppercut. So then there was really no low punch in the game as far as when you duck and crouching. Well, again, so there's the pit. So again, you would see little shadows in the moon, and that's how to get to Reptile. So, or the hint to get to Reptile. And that was again after 6 matches. The flawless. Am I missing anything? Ermac? Not really. I mean, this is always the shorter ones, and I have to admit, the game reviews out of every video I do are my least favorite. I like doing it because it's part of the series. I mainly do it for some people that don't know a lot about the game. But again, or at least give you some information you may have not known. But again, just to kind of complete the whole series. But I mean, this is going to be a short one. I don't want to ramble. I actually got a little flack, and friends, family, and even viewers saying, Steve, don't ramble and repeat yourself. Just get to it. And to be honest, I agree with them. I don't want to take more guys of your time up, and not to mention I have more time for more videos. So, you know what, guys? That was pretty much it. I mean, I could probably find something if I wanted to talk about it, but you know what I'm going to do? In the description below, there's someone else that has a YouTube channel. I think it's MK Secrets, and they have the best produced and information to the history of Mortal Kombat, and they get into every Mortal Kombat game and its history. So I'm going to put that in the link if you guys haven't seen it below. And again, I'm giving you just some information about, you know, how, you know, it was supposed to not even be a fighting game at first, and Van Damme and whatnot. And that's why actually Johnny Cage, funny enough, if you look at him, it looks exactly what Frank Dukes, which is the character in Bloodsport that Van Damme is playing, is wearing. He wears the exact, other than these gauntlet things, or whatever they're called, he wears in the fight against, at the end against Chun-Li, he wears the exact same thing with the red sash and like kind of the black bicycle shorts. I don't think he wears slippers, but yeah, this was pretty much Van Damme, but they made him Johnny Cage, and his original name was supposed to be Michael Grimm, but they later changed it. So again, I'm going to leave that in the notes, or yeah, in the comments, or sorry, in my description below. Click the link. If you guys really want a comprehensive, amazing, well-produced Mortal Kombat history, it's one of the best I've seen. Click on the link below. It's definitely not mine, but I'm subscribed to them. I learned a lot myself, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And to give you the full history of Street Fighter and things that I never knew and I really enjoyed. So that's pretty much the gameplay. I mean, obviously, I'm not really even, or sorry, the game review. My apologies. That's pretty much it. Very straightforward. Some things you may or may not have known. How to get to Reptile. I'll actually leave that in the description as well. How to get Reptile in the arcade version. But just some neat facts how this was, again, groundbreaking. It was very popular at the arcade. Started the ESRB. Definitely controversial. Definitely that's why we love it. The worse the better. And now when Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10 is coming out in April, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm going to get it myself when I get my PS4. And, you know, because it's really looking good. And, you know, happy to, you know, continue on the legacy with owning these games. So, again, guys, it's going to be a short one. Let me actually, you know what, I'm not going to even really sign off. You know what, before I do, why don't I show you a quick update and I know it's kind of blasphemy because it's a different game, about Killer Instinct. I'll give you just a quick update on it. So let me just show you guys. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to move the Killer Instinct games in that room. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but it's going to be kind of like a mini arcade. I'm just preparing them now. And yeah, but so everything's good. Actually, I'm going to review, when I do my review, the Killer Instinct 2 sound wasn't working. So, and I'm like, oh my God, now I have to replace it. Again, my wife on me. But yeah, the Killer Instinct 2 sound wasn't working. I went online, I looked how to hopefully do it, and I actually fixed it. And I'm going to show you guys how I did that to maybe help you save some guys money in the future. So, you know what, let me quickly do an official sign off so you guys can see me. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That was the Mortal Kombat Arcade Part 3. That was the game review. Again, they're not the best, just because I want to get you guys familiar with it. In the description, check out the links. They're amazing. And you know what? I'll see you next video. Next video is going to be Part 4, which is the memories of Mortal Kombat, which, if you all know, again, is my favorite part of the entire segment, that in the cabinet. So if there's anything else you guys wanted to know, anything that I've missed or that I may or may not know, please thumb it up if you like it. If you want to comment on it, great. If you want to leave any feedback for me, please do. I've been taking that into consideration, and I really mean that, to be better. And again, if you haven't subscribed, do it. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds. And again, I'm going to be releasing new videos every week, and it's going to just get better. This is the beginning. I have a lot of great plans. And as you can see, a lot of surprises. Got Killer Instinct 1 and 2 like that. My other projects I'm working on. And again, I'm more than happy to help as much as I can. I'm not the best at this, but I am trying, and I'm having a lot of fun to breathe a little more enthusiasm into the actual arcade collecting history. And I know that it's a very tight community. So anything you guys need from me, I'm happy to help. Anything I need from you, I'll ask politely and hopefully get that encouragement and that support. So again, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for checking out Top Tier again. And all the best to you guys. See you next video. Peace.